Hey, Chords and Notes Nation. I'm back. Brian. Remember me? The guy who has barely posted anything in the last year. Um, yeah, those of you who are fans of the channel, you guys understand what I've been going through. Those of you who aren't, it probably doesn't matter to you anyways. So, here we are. I had a request for a band. I only think I did one. I think I only did one song of theirs. I don't even remember the name of the song, but I remember the solo, and the song was just wonderful. And I'll likely, after this video is published, be putting that in the playlist, so you guys will be able to see. But it is definitely a band that I need to explore more of, and I'm going to kind of do this a little bit differently than I used to do my videos. It's still going to be raw, it's still going to be unedited, it's still going to be honest. You're not going to be seeing me with headphones because I don't need them. I got speakers right here. I can hear everything just fine. You're not going to see anything else but me listening to music. If you want to see the music, put up a link. Click on a link to a different video, that sort of thing. So, anyways, I do hope all of you are well. Make sure you are praising God every single day for the good things that happen in life. And remember, even the bad things work together for the good of those who believe. That being said, let's get going. I am going to be doing the song Isolated. I'm not going to do the song. I'm going to listen to the song Isolated by Dr.Sin. It looks like it was off of their album Brutal from 1995. And I'm going to... I used to do videos where I'd listen to the music all the way through without interrupting it, but I want to stay in compliance with certain things, and I find that if I do stop in a section that really has caught my attention, my reaction is much more fresh and much more real-time honest. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to try to anticipate not stopping it in the right place, and that is so difficult to do, especially when you haven't heard a song before. But I've listened to so many thousands of songs that I can probably guess what a good place typically is to stop a song. Anyways, neither here nor there. Let's get rolling, and we'll see where this thing goes and what kind of adventure we have along the way. Got it? Got it. All right. I'll do a little bit of research afterwards. I think that would be important to do that as well. Isolated, Dr.Sin. Let's get this thing kicking. That's Chris. because I know a change is coming. We've got a couple verses in there, and we may be coming up to like a pre-chorus or a chorus. Okay, so first of all, this is so crisp musically. I love it. The guitars are just so crisp. That really, that's a sound I like, and it's interesting too. It's not just some basic chords. There's some movement within what they're doing, but it's not obnoxious, because here's what my impression is. First of all, from this band, and trying to remember, it was a long time ago when I did their last song, the only song that I reviewed of theirs, but they have virtuoso skills. You can already hear it in the way that they're constructing the music, and the way that they're executing the music, and oftentimes, and this is mid '90s, so your '80s and your early '90s, you had a lot of virtuoso guitar players and a lot of virtuoso instrument players to begin with in the world of heavy metal, and that was sort of the thing. Now in the mid '90s or so, things started shifting a little bit more, and you didn't have as much of that, but here you have it, and it's done well. It really is done well, and the vocals are really cool too, because the initial melody that he was setting, it was interesting, because it just had its own. It had a cadence I wasn't expecting, and it was just sort of at the onset hearing it, it was like, oh, it just seems almost. It wasn't dissonant, but it almost seemed dissonant towards what the music was doing. And it was just sort of an interesting way of doing it, of singing the lines. But then, as the verses went on and the melody developed, it really began to create a memorable hook. And it's really cool. Now, I also want to comment briefly about the lyrics. Obviously the title of the song is Isolated, so now we've got a concept of isolation, right? And the lyrics definitely start to develop that concept about living inside of a world of my own design. And I wouldn't think of living any other way. Sometimes feeling confused, rejected and refused, but still isolated. I think a lot of people can relate to that. I know I can at various times in my life. And it's always kind of been a sort of part of the fabric of my personality is being a bit isolationist, introvert. When it comes to being at home and not really wanting to expand out, when I go to work, I am very much an outrovert in that sense. I enjoy socializing with people when I am with people, but my preferred state of being is isolation. So I can really appreciate what they're singing here right now. So let's continue. So nice. Virtuosos. really good. I like that short song, but you know what? And the lyrics were, they didn't need to be more than what they were. But that solo, I'm going to go back to that. There we go. Okay, so listen, I gotta tell you this. As someone who plays guitar or has attempted to play guitar for quite some time, um, it's an amazing thing when you can be that type of guitar player. What I loved about that solo is it had all the dynamics that I would expect for a song like this. You had your sweeps, you had your bends, you had so many notes, okay, and the tempo, and you had a slight change in the tempo in there as well. The most difficult part is choosing what needs to be done and where. Now, many players are spontaneous, and they just, when they're in that mode, they're connected with the music that's going on around them, and it just comes out. I would venture to say very rarely does it come out perfect like that, and there are some things they probably have to work on, get rid of, put in, that sort of thing. However, it's if it seems that easy, oftentimes it probably is to that type of player. And again, remember what you're doing with music is you're taking a chunk of time and you're filling that time with notes and chords and notes. Ha! And you have to do it in a way that makes sense. Unless you're Frank Zappa, then you can do whatever you want and it doesn't make sense, but it's great anyways, right? But playing like that is so skillful, and we miss that in mainstream music these days. We really do, because those are true artists. There we have it. Okay, looks like my video size is almost reached its limit. Anyways, that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Be well, stay well. Joshua 1:9. Read it, live it. Talk to you later.